Grand Rising, my beautiful family. How are you guys this morning? I am doing pretty good. It's early, very early. But I felt the urge to get up and come on and make this video to give this much needed message. Like I've said before, when spirit is really pressing on my heart and my mind to do something, I always try to be obedient. And this is one of those times where I know that this topic needs to be discussed. It needs to be shared. It needs to get out there. And I'm sure somewhere somebody's talking about it. But I do know that it's not a very popular conversation. It's never has been. But it's time that we make it visible. It's time that we make it popular. It's time to talk about family curses, family spells, behaviors. It's time to talk about it. And it's been on my heart very, very heavy here lately. I'm going to tell you, there is a lot of people out here that are suffering. And they're suffering in silence. And many of them don't know what to do about it. They don't understand what's at the root of it. They don't know what it is. They just know how they feel. And many people won't even talk about it. Those of us who know a little bit, we may be able to pick up by looking at the behaviors because we've just decided to do our own research, or for some reason we've been connected to someone who has shared some information on the topic. Somehow, some way, some of us may have an indication, or we may know a little bit about it, but many people have no idea what they're going through. They just know how they feel. And the reason be is because a lot of this stuff has not been introduced to us, the information, and a lot of it is hidden because it is also tied to other topics that have been hidden. And the melanated family, who has been the main target, we don't have the information we need to understand what's going on, what we're feeling, and how to deal with it. But it's time to talk about it. It's time to become familiar. This age of Aquarius is actually forcing us to have to deal with these things. This cleansing of the planet and cleansing of the earth is forcing these things to surface in a way that we can't put back to sleep, that we can't just ignore. It's forcing us to have to look at it, to have to deal with it, have to talk about it, or continue to suffer if we don't. The thing that I can tell you, a lot of our people, the last time I looked, it's about 78% of our people that are Christian, in the Christian faith. And what I've learned about religion is that it puts you in a box. It puts you in a box, and it kind of teaches you to only look at things a certain way. And that's by whatever that faith, whatever rules that faith gives you, that's kind of puts you in the box to look at everything just within that realm of rules and instructions. And that's not fair, and that's not right. And it hinders you from being able to get outside information that could be healthy for you and that could very well really free you. But because you're taught to only look at it one way within the realm of the rules of that religion, then you're not able many times to see what else is out there or what other options there may be that could actually free you from your situation. And as I've learned, that was done on purpose, because I have found that religion is a control tool. Religion is from what I research and find, was created to control you, to actually put you in a box as it does. And if you look into the history of that, you'll see so much more. I won't get into that. But what I will say is there are a lot of people, again, that's out here suffering in silence. And they are struggling to find a way to heal or understand why they're suffering and heal from it. And a lot of it is tied to family curses, family spells that has been placed on families. And a lot of the behaviors we see is stuck. How do you, I'm trying to figure out the right words. It's things that are stuck in our cells, actually, coming from karmatic debt throughout our families. The suffering that a lot of our families have gone through, and not only in their path, in their parents' past, but in past, also in past lives of our own, and previous karma coming from past lives of our family members. It gets really, really deep. But that stuff was never talked about. It was never introduced to most of us. And so we don't know about it, and you can't understand what you don't know. But again, in this age of Aquarius time, it's forcing us to have to deal with these things. It's forcing us to have to fix these issues in what I call in the black family. And I use black sometimes because that's what many of us resonate. But of course, we know we're not black people. But I tell you, I have seen so much in several families here lately with this age taking place right now. I've seen, and I was talking to my husband about it early this morning, because we actually know people personally that fit what I'm describing. And I was telling him how a lot of the tragedies that have taken place, some of it was tied to this topic. And the fact that, religion puts us in a box, and religion is actually, what our family ascribes to. It keeps a lot of people from becoming healed from what is actually really taking place, because we don't know. We don't know it, and we don't have the information. But I'm here to tell you that it's real. A lot of these stuck energies that's been in our people's bodies and cells for years, now that it's surfaced, we got to figure out how to heal it. And I know many of you know what I'm talking about. I know you're out there, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's probably not even your fault, but it is real, and it's happening. And I've been trying to research on tools to help my people deal with this. And the one thing I would suggest, like I've said before, I am into spirituality and wholesome health. So that's where my focus lies. And one thing I would suggest is to begin to research and become familiar with this topic. And if you are one that's out there suffering in this, I would offer you to try and link with a therapist that is well knowledgeable in this area, one that believes in wholesome health and spiritual, coming from a spiritual standpoint, one that understands curses and spells and this evil aspect, one that understands all of that. I believe that they can be a better help for you, instead of maybe the contemporary therapist, or or just going to the church or the mosque. And sometimes we gotta do something different. If all of those things are not working, and if you don't understand what's happening, then sometimes you have to get with people who are familiar with this, and allow them to help you, because it's very real. And I have seen it lately in so many families, people that I know, and my heart breaks for them, because I'm not an expert in it by no means, but I have a basic understanding. And so that makes it big on my heart, and prompts me, the empath in me wants to help. And but I've had a few conversations here lately with a few people about what they're feeling and what they're going through, what they're struggling with. And it all falls back to this topic that I'm speaking of right now in the moment. So, family, there was so much that took place in our ancestry. So much evil, so much torture and abuse, and outside and inside our families. So much that was done to us from the outsiders. And then those curses that were brought into our families that harmed us and, caused us to do things to one another inside the family. I'll give an example. Incest is one. So much I can say. But I'm just going to scratch the surface this morning, because it's been on my heart and my mind. And I want you to know, if you are struggling with any of this, and you feeling and you have these behaviors that's coming from these patterns of abuse, or cycles of these kinds, it's I want you to know you're not alone. There's a lot of people out here that's going through the same thing. And you're not blind and you're not fooled. It is definitely real. It is definitely reality. And but there is help. There are therapists out here that are equipped to help you. And they may be in places that you wouldn't imagine, and not tied to what you used to, but they are out here and they are ready and willing to come and assist you and help you break these patterns, break these cycles, these curses, and the torment that is causing you to suffer. I am familiar with a couple of therapists that focus on those areas. And if you need the information, you can inbox me or send me a comment, and I'll do whatever I can for you to get you that information and do for you to help, because it's necessary and it's really needed. And I tell you, family, we really need to talk about these things. We need to stop allowing society to teach us or tell us that we need to be quiet, or that we need to run here, run there, go to this church and talk to this pastor. No, sometimes you need something deeper. Sometimes the church is not enough. Sometimes, the going to the Catholic priest is not enough. Sometimes we need something deeper. We need something different. And I'm here to tell you that help is out here. We just need to search for it. We need to find it. It's here. And again, we don't have to suffer in silence, families. We need to break the curse of hiding information and not talking to your sisters and brothers or your children or your aunts and uncles. We need to open up and discuss these things that we feel, these things that are causing pain and suffering. We need to talk about it. We need to get healed. We need to find out how to get healed. But the first thing is to talk about it. And it's happening in families, and what I'm seeing a lot is nobody wants to say anything about it. And the people like myself, I can see people suffering in families, siblings, their parents, I can see it myself. But everybody's so quiet about it. Well, I'm here to tell you, this age is not going to let you continue to be quiet. And you can't get healed if you do. So I just want to mention it this morning because it was on my heart early. Sometimes I get a thought, I'll get a download, or something to come in my mind and in my heart, and I won't rest until I talk about it. I won't rest until I open up and share it. And this is one of those things that that's on my heart and mind. I know several people. I know a few families. And I can see the cycle in the families, especially right now. And it's heartbreaking, y'all. It almost brings me to tears. Because I see people suffering. And we can't sit back and keep ignoring this because it's real. It's absolutely real. We can't keep ignoring it. So I say to you, if you are one of those people or if you know someone that is one of those people that is suffering in silence, tell them there's help. There's help out here. Let them know that they don't have to continue to go through this alone. There is help. And like I said, if you need someone, I know of a couple of therapists that specializes in that area. I don't know many, but I know at least a couple that that deals with this type of depression and this type of situations. Reach out to me, and I will get you their information. And a lot of therapists now do virtual healings, virtual therapy, counseling. And so it's okay. Zoom is here now. So if you can't find someone in your area, there is someone out there. And you could, do a virtual sessions. So, but anyway, that topic was on my heart and mind this morning. And I wanted to come on just for a minute and talk about it and help get it out there. I don't know how many people may be talking about it today, but I don't know anybody that's on YouTube personally that's discussing it. And there may be some. I'm sure it is. I just don't know of any right now. But I'm going to again make myself available to give any information that I have to help if you guys need it. So let's get healed, family. Let's focus on healing so that we can create a better world in our future. And we're in that process right now, but we can only do so much if we're still struggling with these things, still hindering us. So that's my message for this morning. And like I said, reach out if you need to. I thank you for taking the time to watch this video and listening. And even if it's not you, somebody else may need the information. If you can just pass it on, I would really, really appreciate it. You would be surprised at the people who need this, who needs this information. So as I ask all the time, please like the video, because when you like the video, more people can see it. Share it, because there may be someone else out there again who needs this very information that I'm sharing and talking about this morning. And subscribe if you haven't already, if these videos that I do resonate with you. I thank you so much again for listening, and have a most blessed day today. Be encouraged, and stay positive. Keep your head up, because everything is going to be all right. We're going to get there. Trust me, we're going to get there. I love you very much. Have a great, most beautiful day today. Blessings to you and kisses. Bye-bye.